Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the 2024 Volkswagen Taos. Now, I'm making a quick video or voiceover here rather, simply because it was very windy outside and I wanted to be sure that you all could hear me. Now, let's get back to the Taos. This vehicle makes 154 horsepower, 186 pound-feet of torque. My tester here just happens to be the SE, and it is equipped with the 4Motion all-wheel drive system. I really dig those rims there. They give me a baby Atlas vibe. As you can see, I do not have integrated turn signals inside of my mirrors, but that's okay. This is the most affordable way to get into the Volkswagen SUV family. Now, all in all, I think this exterior is a great design, especially being this is the cheapest way to get into the SUV line. Now, of course, coming around back here, we do have LED turn signals, and I think it's a very clean design all in all. Opening the trunk here, or the deck lid, we do see that we do not have a power liftgate, but that's okay. Although I haven't seen one in quite some time. We have adequate trunk space as always. I'm going to list those exact figures there, and this tester comes with the Mud Buddy floor liners from WeatherTech. So if you want those, you can opt in for those, and your dealership's just going to go ahead and pop those in for you. Like I stated, all in all, this is a pretty good exterior design. But if you want a power liftgate, you might want to look at some of the competitors. Let's take a dive into the interior. Alright, so we are on the inside of the 2024 Taos, and I want to start with the door paneling here. So as you see, we do get this blue, I almost said black, but we do get this blue plastic trim here, and it does span the entire dash and to the side paneling of the vehicle. I think it looks a little juvenile, honestly, especially with the black exterior. I think it should be black on the inside. I think it should match whatever the exterior color is, but that's just my personal opinion. It's also hard touch plastic. Now, we do have a soft touch plastic right here, which feels good. It doesn't feel bad. We do get more of the leatherette down here on the side, which feels pretty good, and that carries over to the armrest, which is good because we have to place our elbows here, right? And so we definitely want it to be comfortable. So that is the door panel. You do get bottle holder down here, which is good. You do get your auto control, not auto control, but your headlight control down here as well. Let's put them back on auto. Got that. And now let's talk about the screen here, because this is a highly customizable screen, and in this vehicle, I think it is one that is needed. So let's go ahead and dive into it a little bit. This screen is controlled from the right side of your steering wheel. Now, as you see, this one does offer you a heated steering wheel, and you can also do a voice command also. But let's say that you want to change the screen. You simply just hit view here, and you can toggle between 3 or 4 different screen options. This is where I'm going to leave it. And then you can also use these 2 buttons here to toggle between what you can see on each one. So you can go through and pick whichever one you want to go ahead and put. Just kind of go through that so that you all can see. And then you can do the same thing on the left side as well. It's going to give you different options that you can put inside of the screen also. And then to get out of it, you just come back over here and you can hit view and go to a different option if that's what you choose to do. Now let's talk about the smaller screen over here, which the actual inches is like leaving me currently right now. I'll go ahead and drop that inside of the video as well, but it is a little on the small side when you are thinking about what the competition is doing. So Volkswagen, it's time to do an update, time to do a massive overhaul. Now coming down here, we do find things like our heated seats, and you do get dual climate control as well, which I think is definitely a beneficial thing to have. Down here, you do also get 2 USB-C ports in addition to a 12-volt outlet. You do get a wireless charging pad. I will say that my phone was having a little bit of trouble charging. I'm gonna say that for sure. want to come back up to the top because I forgot to talk about our little cubby right there, which is very useful to have. I would like to see some sort of like rubber mat placed in there as well, just simply because when you go and make turns, things can kind of shift from left to right, up and down. So that's something that you might want to put in on your own. This car also does offer wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, I was having a little bit of a difficult time getting it to work for me. Now, coming down here, we do have our start-stop button. We do have our parking brake there as well, in addition to our auto start-stop button over here as well. We do have 4 drive modes, and I'm going to go through those in just a second. They will appear right here on this screen. So first, we have our snow mode. And then we also have our drive mode selection, which we can choose from eco, normal, sport, or a customized option. We do have our off-road auto. And then lastly, we do have an off-road adjustment, where you can go in and customize what you want for your off-road setting. Although I'm not sure how many people are actually taking this vehicle off-road. We do also get a little small like storage area here in addition to 2 cup holders, and then our armrest is also leatherette wrapped, and we can look inside here. We do get a very deep armrest. I'm gonna say it's very deep. It's not very wide, but it is very deep, and you can fit a good amount of stuff in here, I'm gonna say. And then over here we find our glove box as well, which I guess I can open it. It is kind of hard, but it is deep. You can fit a lot of stuff inside of there as well. All right, so I do want to quickly talk about the backup camera here. Now, on my end, it is looking a little bit grainy, and I'm not sure if it is transposing on you all's end as such, but on my end, it is looking a little bit grainy. So I do have to tell you all that piece. Now, all in all, it's great because it is here and we do need it. And you don't know where the wheels are placing. Like, I'm turning the wheel right now and nothing is happening. That's okay. Perhaps if you were to go with a higher trim, then you might get that as a feature. But that is the backup camera. And let's see what we got on the inside. All right, so first things first, let's talk about the leg room and how comfortable it is back here. And I can say that my feet are not underneath the seat, and I've got adequate space back here. This is one of the more roomier offerings, and so I'm not too surprised to find that I have adequate seating space back here and leg room also. Coming down here, we do find 1 USB-C port. Some of the competition can offer 2, so it's about 1 short, but that's okay. And then you also get some sort of storage right here as well. Now, I will say it's very shallow, so it's not going to hold a whole lot. And then you also get 2 vents right there as well. I am happy to say that you do get 2 pockets back here. You get one over or behind your driver and your passenger as well, so that's great. We do also get our cup holders, and we do get a pull down armrest, which is very convenient. And the same materials that were in the front are also in the back. This is also coated in like a leatherette also as well too. So all in all, very, very comfortable back here. I would not mind taking a road trip in this vehicle. As always, that panel roof would add a heck of a lot of light back here, and it would make it a little bit more roomy and airy too also. How does the Taos ride out on just city streets? I'm happy to report that it's very nice. It's not bad. It's not bad. Now, I will say that the dual clutch is very dual clutchy, which is not a bad thing. A dual clutch in many ways acts like an automatic manual. And so when you're out driving, it gives you the jerkiness and the feel of a manual. And so knowing that that's something that you could and should also think about when you are looking to purchase this vehicle or looking to add this vehicle or strike it from your list. It does have a dual clutch, so everything that you can associate with having a dual clutch, this vehicle has. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just, if it's for you, it's for you, and if it's not, then it's just not for you. We are getting ready to do a highway acceleration test, and we're gonna see how this Taos does. Now, it does only have 154 horsepower, but it does have 184 pound-foot torque, so I'm expecting it to be pretty good. We're gonna see how this goes for us. So I merged onto the highway. I'm now up to 65 miles an hour, 64, and the vehicle performed very well. Oh, you can do it, you can do it. The vehicle performed fairly well, honestly. Merging very well. Now that I'm out here, it's doing fairly well. It doesn't feel underpowered. Now, I did not put my foot in the floor, so I'm assuming that when I do that, it might give me a little bit of the underpowered feels. However, if you just gradually give it power, you don't feel that way, which is a really good thing, because some vehicles in this class can feel that way. Now, I will say, out on the highway, I am hearing a little bit more road noise than I would like to hear. However, the wind is kicking really high today, so I'm also going to assume and I'm going to associate that road noise with the high levels of wind that are just happening today. So what do I think of the 2024 Taos? Well, before I give you my answer, I have to give a huge shout out to the guys that made this video possible. And that would be David and the guys over at Germain Volkswagen of Columbus. Now, if you're in the market for a Taos, a Tiguan, an Atlas Crossport, a Jetta, Golf, you name it, any Volkswagen, head on over to Germain Volkswagen of Columbus and ask for David. After spending the day out on the road in this vehicle, what are my thoughts altogether? So altogether, I think this is a very solid vehicle. I was always happy to see these out on the road, or am, and I'm happy that Volkswagen brought this vehicle to the US market, because the subcompact category is really booming, and I think every automaker should have a subcompact SUV. Now, I'm going to start with the things that I really enjoy about this vehicle. The things that I really enjoy is that pretty much standard, you are going to get the blind spot monitoring, and you're going to also get the distance markerings as well. So almost a full suite of driver's assistance technology you get in this vehicle, which in my personal opinion, you can't beat that. What else do I like about this vehicle? I love the fact that it's giving me features like heated seats and also a heated steering wheel. The exterior design has been one that I've always enjoyed, so that's also a strong suit. Another strong suit is that this vehicle is spacious. It does not feel small. It feels roomy, and in fact, it's because the vehicle is actually a roomy vehicle, just being honest. The other things I like about this vehicle are the rims. I am really feeling those blacked rims. I'm really enjoying those. The ride quality is also one of quality, so I have to mark that down as being a strong suit as well. Now, when it comes down to things that I'm not the biggest fan of, the dual clutch, I'm not the biggest fan of it. What else am I not the biggest fan of? I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that I don't get a panoramic sunroof with this vehicle, especially for the price, which I'll get to in a second. Oh, also, I'm sorry, the power. I want more power out of this vehicle. And I think you could get more power if you did not have the dual clutch, and if they just put the 2.0 or the 2.0 liter turbo into this vehicle. I think that would make this vehicle a lot more peppy, and it would feel a lot better as well. Also, I'm gonna go back to things that I enjoy, because I forgot to mention the fact that I really enjoy the fact that this vehicle has all-wheel drive. I forgot to say that, so I'm gonna put that down as being a strong suit as well. With that being said, I do want to talk about the pricing for this vehicle, because the pricing is where this vehicle, I think, is the weakest, honestly, because it's sort of expensive. For this tester, all in, it stickers for a little bit over $32,000, and I'm missing a sunroof. I'm missing the cooled seats. I'm missing the leather seats. I don't have things like a heads-up display. I don't have an upgraded audio system. Like all of these things are major when you consider the cost and the price of this vehicle. And so that's where I think Volkswagen has to kind of figure it out, because I could get a Bronco Sport, I could get a Taos, I could get a Trax, I could get a Trailblazer, I could get an Invista, I could get an Envision, for, you know, a lot less money when you think about it. And so, yes, this car has its strong suits over every vehicle that I just mentioned, and it also has things that it's missing that those vehicles offer. And so, in closing, I think it really boils down to personal preference and what you want, but I would definitely cross-shop this vehicle with everything in its class to see if you're able to get a better deal, or if Volkswagen knows about the competition and they opt in to give you the best deal possible, because ultimately this is a really good car. If I had to rate it out of a 10, it would definitely be like a 6.5 to a 7. One of these days, I'm gonna get a lot better at just coming up with a definitive number. Maybe you all can even help me out and tell me like how to come up with a definitive number. And so with that being said, you all, I'll catch you all in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. If you have enjoyed it, please comment below. Please let me know your own personal ownership experience if you own a Volkswagen Taos. And like always, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.